Now let's look into the feature selection of market segmentation data set using chi-square test. So to demonstrate the use of chi-square test for market segmentation uh, analysis, let's assume we have a data set containing customer demographics and their preferences for different product categories. So we will perform chi-square test to determine the most influential factors in market segmentation. So that's what we'll see. So first step is obviously the problem statement. So let's clearly define the objective of the market segmentation analysis. For example, the goal might be to identify, it's not might be, the goal is to identify the most influential factors such as age, gender in market segmentation based on customer preferences for different product categories. Then let's load and prepare the data. So load the data set containing customer demographics and product preferences into a suitable data structure and perform any necessary data cleaning, pre-processing and handling of missing values or outliers. So then let's create a contingency table. Let's create a contingency table to summarize the frequencies of each combination of customer demographics, example age and gender and product preferences. Okay, let's look into that once. So required libraries has been imported. First one is import pandas as pd, and then from scipy stats module bring the chi-square contingency. This is very important, chi-square contingency. Then this is our data set. If you want to see our data frame, let me call it df, and this is our data frame, and this data frame consists of three variables: age, gender and product category. Age, gender and product category. Okay, so then it's time to create a contingency table. So here I have created a contingency table between the age and the gender. So age should be on our x on the row side, and this the product categories should take up the column side, and that's what I have used a cross tab to do that. So if you want to see that, let me print contingency table, and here is your contingency table. As I have said, age will take up the rows, and then the categories in age will take up the row, and then the categories inside your the categories which are inside the product category has taken up the columns, and this is what the contingency table we got with respect to our data set. So then let's move ahead to the next step. So let's perform the chi-square test. Use a suitable statistical library, example scipy.stats, to perform the chi-square test. So pass the contingency table as input to the chi-square contingency function, which will calculate the chi-square statistic, p-value, degrees of freedom and expected frequencies. So that's what we'll be doing, and this is the code. So directly chi-square, p-value, degrees of freedom, expected, everything can be calculated from the chi-square contingency class, and we have to just input the chi-square just we have to put the contingency table, and this is what so our chi-square, p-value, degrees of freedom, expected, and everything can be calculated from the chi-square contingency method that we have called here, that we have a module, and then from that class we can get everything, and that's what we got here. Let me execute here. So if you see the chi-square I got is 5.0001, and the probability value with respect to the observed chi-square is 0.28. It's pretty high, it's not that low. And degrees of freedom is 4. Fantastic. Then we have expected frequencies, and even we got the expected frequencies directly from here. Observed frequency we have here. So this is our observed frequencies, and here you got the expected frequencies and everything. And you have clearly what else. Uh, okay, what else you want? That's it. All done. All set. Let's move ahead. So now it's time to interpret the results. So examine the results of the chi-square test to determine the statistical significance of the relationship between the customer demographics and product preferences. So focus on the p-value, which indicates the probability of observing the obtained chi-square statistic under the assumption that there is no relationship. So now let's analyze the expected frequencies. So based on the analyze the expected frequencies. So inspect the expected frequencies in the contingency table to understand the distribution of the product preferences across different customer demographics. So this can provide insights into the most influential factors in market segment. So now finally we have to draw conclusion and insights. So based on the results of the chi-square test and analysis of expected frequencies, draw conclusions and insights regarding the most influential factors in the market segmentation. So identify patterns, relationships, or differences that can guide marketing strategies and target customer segments effectively. So the final step, further analysis and decision making. So utilize the findings from the market segmentation analysis to inform further analysis and decision making processes. This may involve developing tailored marketing campaigns, creating targeted product offerings, or refining customer segmentation strategies. So by following these steps, you can perform market segmentation analysis using chi-square test and gain valuable insights into the influential factors that drive customer preferences in different market segments.